Title: Between Shadows and Promises. Genre: romance, drama, family betrayal. Protagonists: Carina and Eduar. Setting: Vancouver, Canada. Scénarios: élégant restaurant, lounge bar, art galerie, hôtel boutique, family home in West Vancouver, sea view. Part 1. The return no one expected. The Vancouver sky was covered in leaden clouds, as if sensing the storm emotional that was about to unleash. Carina McAllister adjusted her blazer as she got out of the car in front of the Cedar Table restaurant, one of the most exclusive in the city. It had been a week, a chaotic. Family reunions, tensions with her fiancé Owen, and, to make matters worse, her mother had asked her to attend a dinner with investors. What Carina did not expect was to see the man who, and once he promised her the world, and then disappeared without a word. Eduar Blake. Years ago, he had been the love of her life, a young chef with great ambitions and a humble past, whom his family Sheen never accepted. Eduar disappeared from her life one winter night, leaving her heartbroken and with an unanswered question. Now she was standing in the main dining room of the restaurant, with Yuan glass in his hand, more attractive than ever. "Carina?" he asked in a voice that could still make her tremble. "What are you doing here?" she whispered, not knowing whether to hug him or run away. Okay. I am the new executive chef, and one of the investors." Carina's world stopped for an instant. Investor? Executive chef? Was he back in Vancouver? "I didn't know you had returned. Oh, suppose you would have already heard it." The McAllisters have eyes in every corner, don't they? Carina felt the stab of that phrase. It hurt, because it was true. Her family had controlled every aspect of her life, including her history with Eduar, and she never knew everything, only that he had left. Shadows in the gallery. 2 days later, Carina attended an art opening alone in the Distra. It's from Mount Pleasant. He needed to clear his head. His fiancé Owen was too busy closing a deal with his father and his mother, too busy organizing their perfect wedding. The gallery was full of warm lights, modern paintings, and elitist conversations. But then, again, him, Eduar. "Are you following me?" she said with an uncomfortable smile. "This is Vancouver, not New York. It is not so difficult to find you. You shouldn't look for me. I am engaged. Does that make you happy?" Silence said it all. Eduar sighed and approached. "Carina, I left because they forced me. Your mother, he offered money. He threatened to ruin me. He said that if I didn't disappear, he would destroy my sister, who had a university scholarship." "My mother? Threatening you?" Carina felt a mixture of rage, confusion, and betrayal. All this time she believed that he had simply abandoned her, and now this? Between cups and truths. Later, they met in a lounge bar in Yaletown, a discreet place, elegante. Carina quoted him there. She needed to hear the whole story. "I didn't want to accept that money, Carina, but I had no choice. Your family can be cruel. Why didn't you ever come back? When finally, I gathered the courage to return, I learned of your engagement, but I cannot remain silent. Not after all this. Not when I still love you." Carina looked at him with bright eyes, and although she wanted to say no, that felt nothing. His heart beat like crazy. Because he loved her, he still did. "Would you like me to continue with the second half of the story, where the twists, the drama, and the outcome unfold? Final on the viewpoint next to the sea? I can continue right now. Do you want me to include a hidden family secret or a past pregnancy that Eduar doesn't know about? The wound that never closed." The night in the bar lounge lasted longer than expected. Carina and Eduar, among glasses of wine and glances that spoke more than 1,000 words, were in a bubble, far from surnames, forced commitments, and the broken promises. Until the phone rang. It was her mother. "Don't answer," said Eduar. "This time, listen to yourself, not to them." But duty won over emotion, Carina answered. "Where are you?" "Damn," I hear my mother's sharp voice. "Owen is looking for you. The press is at the Ellis's dinner." She hung up without answering. She got up from the armchair. "I'm sorry, I can't do this." Eduar took her by the brazo carefully. "What if I tell you I'm not the only one who has kept secrets?" Confessions under the rain. Carina found him the next day at the Cypress Mountain viewpoint, under a rain revenue that seemed to cry for them. "What did you mean last night?" she asked. Eduar took a deep breath. He opened a small wooden box. Inside, a photo, a woman, a letter. "My mother did not die, as they told you. It wasn't an accident, it was a cover-up. Your father and mine were partners in a construction project years ago. There was a collapse. The investigation was silenced. And your father paid for my silence. And because of our distance." "No," she whispered, with tears already falling. "Carina, our parents shared more than just business. My mother was your father's lover for years. And another thing, she was trembling. When you left, I became pregnant. I didn't tell anyone. I lost the baby at 5 months. I was alone, Eduar, and devastated. He remained silent. The wind blew. Hit harder, but the weather no longer mattered. They embraced. There were no words. The outcome. That same night, Carina confronted her family. "I'm canceling the wedding. You're crazy," shouted her mother, Dre. "Maybe, but I prefer to be crazy with Eduar than sane with a lie." Owen tried to stop her, but it was too late. The masks had fallen. The truth was exposed. The press found out about family scandal. The McAllister name no longer sounded so impeccable. Epilogue, the new beginning. A year later, Carina and Eduar opened a restaurant together in the heart of Gastown. He cooked naba, she managed. The press said it was a redemption story, but they knew it was more than that. It was a love story that survived everything: silence, power, betrayal, and to the shadows of the past. And this time there were no broken promises, only a new life to build. End.